Now I am going to talk about Encyclopedia, which has been provided in light of KP Astrology software. To access Encyclopedia, you will have to go on top of the menu bar over here and click Encyclopedia. And this very simple looking window will open. But this is not a very simple tool in LOKPA software. A huge amount, and when I say huge, I really mean huge, Mount Everest amount of data has been put behind this simple looking window. And you don't need books. Once you have LOKPA software, you don't need any books. Because in my home, there is a mini library which I have created over these years. Over the number of years, I have purchased some of the finest books from all over the world. But then I understood that there are so many astrologers in this world who are not so privileged like me. So I thought, how can I provide that privilege to so many astrologers? So I created this encyclopedia through my software LOKPA. So if you put any search command over here, and if you type in, let's say something like, I'm searching something like, I've just searched in MU, and it has given me some words which has or which contain the word MU, like Adhamukha, Almuten of a figure, Almuten of any house, amulet, Samuel Butler, Chaturmukh Yoga, and it has a scroll bar, mind you. So there are so many things, Dakshinamurti, Samuel Hemmings. There are 3 entries of Imam Seeley, Mark Edmund Jones, Muhurtha, Mukherjee, Asit Krishna Mukherjee, Mulapin. What is Mulapin? Andrew Datta, what is Mulapin? Even I don't know what is Mulapin. Let's see. Mulapin is a famous set of Babylonian astronomical tablets written about 700 before birth of Christ, summarizing the result of observations going back to about 1300 before birth of Christ. Oh my God, such a beautiful set of information, Mulapin. And I was not knowing what is Mulapin. Okay. So this is really Encyclopedia of Astrology. Multiple planet aspect, mundane astrology, mundane parallel, music of the spheres, mutability, mutable modality, mutual reception. We all know about Nostradamus, Regiomontanus house system, which was invented by Johannes Müller von Königsberg, Talmud, mundane astrology, mutable signs. Okay, so a lot of interesting information. Multiple planet aspect, very good. So there are 3 entries. Imam Seeley, one of the 4 major angles at birth chart. Okay, so we go back. Adhamukha Rashi. Okay, so Adhamukha Rashi, what is the second entry of Imam Seeley? So there are 3 different entries. So, learning increases. An astrologer has to be very well learned. If an astrologer himself is uneducated, that means he has not been blessed by the planets to learn. How can he do astrology? So there are 3 different entries. If you read Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, it says that the astrologer has to be very well learned. So there are so many entries, and so equation of time. Okay, equation of time. So there are a lot of entries. You can search by writing your entries. So Magi, let's say Magi astrology. What is Magi astrology? Okay, I have heard, but I have never. Magi astrology. Okay, so branch of astrology where rules of interpretation were developed by the Magi Society, 1625. Planetary geometry. Okay, planetary geometry. Okay, Andrew Datta, what is planetary geometry? I learned geometry in class 10 and 12, and then I took the subject commerce. I graduated in commerce from the St. Xavier's College, Calcutta, with a first class degree. And then I did my Master of Commerce from St. Xavier's College with a first class, and then went to do my Master of Commerce from University of Calcutta. I stood first in the university and got a gold medal for academic excellence from the University of Calcutta. But I left geometry in class 12 because that was the last time I did my geometry. But what is planetary geometry? Let us check. What is planetary geometry? Oh my God, ours is planetary nuptial, planetary geometry. Any line or line shape pattern in planets besides planetary geometry can include ascendant, midheaven. Oh, so this is a completely new thing for me. Oh my God. That's why people say astrology is an ocean. Aspects are simplest forms of planetary geometry. That's why in the Western chart, which is a circular chart, in Western charts, lines are drawn between planets, and that's why it's the simplest form of planetary geometry. Wow. Thank you, LOKPA. Thank you for telling me this. I was not knowing. Symmetrical planetary geometry, nuptial planetary geometry, one of the 4 types of combined planetary geometry. There are romantic superlinkages, symmetrical combined planetary geometry, romance linkages, sexual linkages. Okay, there are so many things to learn. So LOKPA, Encyclopedia of Astrology, as I said, my friend, that if you press the clear button now, everything goes away. So it's a simple looking tool, but behind the simple look, don't get fooled by the simple look, my friend. Behind the simple look, there is an ocean where you can spend hours and hours and hours of your day just learning and learning and learning. So LOKPA, as I said right at the beginning of my video 1, that this is your astrological assistant, and it is created by me, and I don't want to blow my own trumpet. I don't want to beat my own drum. You know about my profile. Visit www.kpastrologeronline.com. I come from a family of astrologers who are doing astrology for the last 220 years. And I have myself put in 20 years. This is my 21st year of astrology. And a lot of books I have read, a lot of forms of astrology I have studied, I have mastered. And I thought that why not my astrologer friends get a lot of other forms of astrology. So in Encyclopedia of Astrology, you can learn a lot of other things. So Adho Mukha. So what is Adho Mukha? What is Adho Mukha? The sign occupied by sun in a natal chart. So Encyclopedia of Astrology is a very useful tool. Simple thing. Sign occupied by sun in natal chart. So in right now it is Tuesday. So where is sun? So right now Kanya Rashi or Virgo is the Adho Mukha. Okay. Sun is Adho Mukha. Okay. So sun in Kanya is Adho Mukha. Okay. So very good. So we are getting to know something. Okay, Adhimas. So what is Adhimas? These are the lunar leap months which occur every once in a while in order to adjust the lunar calendar. These leap months have names such as Purushottam Adhimas. They are found interjected into regular lunar months or Indian calendars known as Panchangas. Okay. So a lot of interesting things. Okay. And very, very interesting. Okay. So very interesting. Who is Bernadette Brady? Very famous astrologer. I know her. I know she's a very interesting, very educated, fantastic lady, fantastic person. Okay, so 1950, Australian astrologer practicing in England. Okay, fantastic, and she has her master's degree from the Bath University in UK. Okay, fantastic lady. I know Bernadette. Okay, she's more she goes by, she's more well known as Brady. Okay, she's known by Brady. Tycho Brahe. Okay, Tycho Brahe. Okay, she's he is another fantastic astrologer. Okay, now what happens if Pluto is in Libra? So these kind of things are also there in encyclopedia. Oh, okay, there is another person who does not believe in Pluto. He is the reviewer of a magazine who says there is no effect of Pluto. How funny that person is. Well, I don't want to take his name. Anyway, all over the world, every astrologer believes in Pluto, but he is a reviewer of a magazine who says that there is no Pluto. Okay, there is no Pluto effect. Anyway, forget about him. So what happens if Pluto is in Libra? Okay, Pluto in Libra. The Libran sense of justice does possess those born in spirit. The invention of the birth control pill freed women. Okay, so very interesting readings are there. Okay, Pluto in Libra. Or if you let's say Mercury is in Virgo. Let me see what happens over here. Okay, Mercury in Virgo. Mercury in Virgo. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, spelling is wrong. Okay, Mercury in Virgo. Oh, very good. Very good reading is there. Mercury in Virgo. So you can just read this and tell your client. But please do not just read like a parrot and tell your client. You just need to be careful. You first read this, understand all the other parameters of the chart, and then you can tell your client. Okay, and you need to mix and match. So Encyclopedia of Astrology, fantastic tool. As I said, don't just go by the looks. Don't judge a book by its cover, as it says in English. Now, I forgot to tell you one very important thing. Okay, I need to tell you this. Okay, let me open a chart. Now, I totally forgot about this. LOKPA has a very beautiful tool. If you take the cursor over here, I've taken the cursor over Sun, and if I click the cursor on Sun, you get a reading over here. This is a completely different reading than what you saw in Encyclopedia. If you click Sun in Gemini, it is going to be a different reading than what you are seeing over here. Okay, but you cannot copy and paste. Copy paste is not feasible because it is not a good thing to do copy paste. Okay, respect others' intellectual property. So don't copy paste. Now you can do this for every planet. Sun in Gemini, Moon in Aquarius, Mars in Virgo. For every planet you can do this. Okay, and you can do this for degree. So Gemini. So Sun is in 11 degree Gemini. So what does it mean? Okay, and you can also do this for the house. Okay, house 1 is in Sagittarius. So first house has fallen in Sagittarius. What does it mean for this chart? First house has fallen in 15 degree. So there is a symbol. First house cusp is in this degree. So there is a esoteric meaning, and this meaning has been shown. Similarly, second house you can see, third house you can see in Aquarius, fourth house, similarly with degree, meaning I have forgotten to show this in the first video. I should have shown this in the first video. Okay, but you know, I was so busy making this video because there is a deadline that I should meet. There is a deadline to meet, and then you know, there is a meaning of these nakshatras which are there. Okay, so you can see the meaning of the nakshatras which are provided. Okay, so LOKPA is your friend. LOKPA is your assistant. Okay, Andrew Datta is your friend. So many people tell me, tell so many things about Andrew Datta, because Andrew Datta loves to speak the truth. I don't care about anyone. I love to speak the truth. So Sun is in 6th house. So you can see, let me show you once again. So you can see Sun is in Gemini. Sun is in 11 degree, 55 minutes. So Sun is in this nakshatra. Sun is in 6th house. And this is what you get. So for a planet, you get a complete reading. First house is in Sagittarius. First house is in this degree, and this is what you get as a reading. Okay, so complete reading you can do. You don't need to open any book. Just sit with LOKPA software in your office, let your client come, and you can give a complete detailed reading. But don't give these things as a printout. We have disabled all these things as a printout, because then what will happen? You will become a bad astrologer. You will be, what you will do, you will give 20 pages of printout, and that is what has spoiled the whole world of astrology. People have become lazy. They want to take 20 page of printout and sell that report for 200, 300 rupees. And people have started losing faith on the astrologer. No, you will not do that. You will read this, you will read Moon, you will read Mars, and then you will make your own analysis. And then you will use the professional predictive module. You will use these modules, and then you are going to make a prediction. And then the respect on the science of astrology is going to be restored. LOKPA is a software which will restore people's faith on astrology. That is why I have made this software, my friend. And now the responsibility is on you. Okay? So with this, I am ending the video on Encyclopedia of Astrology.